Hey guys, Kiivolight here. I'm here to react to Cinema Sins Everything Wrong with Hellboy. I seen the first Hellboy, I seen the second Hellboy. They're really good movies. The Golden Army are really good. If you don't know who Cinema Sins are, they're like screen junkies. They just go through movies and find every little thing that may be wrong or is wrong, or you think is wrong. You just like go through it and just tell you. There's a narrator. He just goes through everything. So original video will be down below. I'm gonna cut through this reaction because it's 17 minutes. I don't want to bore you guys, so I don't want to bore you guys with my reaction. So if you want the original video will be down below. So let's go.
Reading. Speaking of reading, thanks for the page number. That lets me know it's a totally real book about make-believe things.
What is it that makes a man a man?
Narration by John Hurt is still narration.
Combining science and black magic.
Because black magic alone isn't good enough.
It all began in 1944.
Movie goes through the trouble of having John Hurt set the stage, but omitted just enough narration, so we need text with a date and location, allowing it to hit 3 expositional cliches in the first minute.
Well, men, they'll need these.
Movie introduces a rosary, so we know some spiritual shit is about to go down, but they won't actually be useful to anyone.
There's nothing on this island but sheep and rocks!
Ruins, not rocks.
Right here, guys.
The remains of Trondheim Abbey, built on an intersection of ley lines.
Broom uses this opportunity to explain why they're on the island instead of earlier, during the planning phase of this mission. Also, the Nazis are conducting magical experiments on a remote island. You'd think they'd want to keep that a secret, but it looks like they unfurled the banner right away.
The freak in the gas mask!
Karl Ruprecht Cronin.
This World War II general is unaware who Hitler's top assassin is.
If he's here, this is worse than I thought.
Did anyone do any pre-planning before this mission, or are they just winging it at this point?
5 years of research.
Good God, how much expositional yelling can we cram into this movie? The Nazis discovered Pokestop technology 70 years earlier than everyone else.
I will open a portal.
This guy explains what he's doing, even though, f it, let's just give these assholes 5 sins for beating us over the head with so much exposition.
Wow.
This guy pulls pins on 2 grenades, but throws them one at a time. There goes Baron von Wilhelm from the Nazi part of the family. We don't talk about him. Even though evil C-3PO is completely out of bullets and has no cover, no one shoots at him, giving him all the time he needs to show off his blade nunchucks. Nameless henchmen approach one at a time, allowing him to be easily vanquished cliché. So the portal pulls in a light fixture without affecting it at all. Then the faceless henchman gets sucked in and burns up on impact. But now this guy's getting liquefied and pulled in a drop at a time. It's fine if you want to...
Eyes. What did they do to your eyes?
Well, you were there when the machine popped his eyes out, right? Don't matter, really. I'm just wondering how a thing that resurrects somebody somehow decides, nah, you lost your eyes, can't give those.
Wow.
Broom Bruttenholm
Just
grows up
killing
to be
this
Doc
movie
Brown.
for no reason.
Spine, liver.
Broom has cancer basically everywhere, but is still able to stand and move around and otherwise basically be fine.
Tom Manning has been head of special operations at the FBI.
Even though they explained who this guy is 10 seconds ago, movie still felt the need to put his name at the bottom of the screen. Also, why is a high-ranking official for the FBI on a talk show discussing this? What's he going to do next? Dispute the findings of the Weekly World News?
Waste Management Services?
No one is suspicious of a waste management services building that looks this nice, especially in New Jersey.
Hello, I'm John.
You are late.
Because of course he is! Everyone's late, but to what consequence? Nothing! Instead of walking all the way to the counter like a normal person, John decides to stop right on the thing that he doesn't know is an elevator.
Turn the pages, please, if you don't mind.
This seems like an incredibly inefficient way to read, waiting for someone to come along and turn the page for you. We find out later this guy can do basically fine outside of water, so if he wants to read a book so f***ing bad, he should just get out of the damn swimming pool. And even if he wants to stay in the pool, can they not get an intern who'll laminate some pages? Isn't this what I pay taxes for?
Agent John T. Myers, Kansas City, 76.
Abe Sapien's superpowers include breathing underwater, some form of telekinesis, and expositional rambling.
April 14, 1865.
The day that Abraham Lincoln died.
Abe Lincoln died the morning of April 15th. He was shot on the 14th. John gets grossed out by something he's been within no shot of for some time. Building has integrated a museum into their Maxwell Smart-style series of doors hallway.
Fed 6 times a day. He's got a thing for cats. You'll be his nanny, his keeper, his best friend. He never goes out unsupervised.
This guy plays the pronoun game 6 times, even after he knows for a fact that John has no idea who he's talking about.
He never goes out unsupervised.
Who?
They're already deep underground in a vault. Can they really not tell this kid what he's here to do?
I hate those comic books.
Was he standing there this whole time? John didn't notice, and the guard giving him all the instructions talked about him in the third person like an asshole?
He doesn't age like we do. He's barely out of his 20s.
But he's played by a 54-year-old.
Wow. That guy's 54.
Even though Hellboy is in his early 30s, he can still be influenced by candy.
Stare at what? His horns. He files them to fit in.
Of all the flimsy things going on, this is by far the flimsiest. He's a giant red dude with a tail that is basically a demon/government prisoner. Who the f*** is he trying to fit in with? The girl who spontaneously combusts? A better explanation might be it's easier to put on shirts without giant horns on your head.
Take a little walk to the edge of town, go across
It was 54 then.
Oh, sorry guys. I thought I stumbled into a Scream movie there for a second. Man, that knocked me out. I need to recollect my bearings here.
We're here at the Mackin Library, where just hours ago an alarm was triggered.
Slow news day?
One sheet of glass between them and us.
Story of my life.
Abe says this like he's in a terrarium most of the time, but more often than not he's out walking around with everyone else. Like now.
One. Son of Nergal, brother of...
Abe somehow can't translate the most important word for Hellboy before he does battle with this thing, or just decides to cut himself off for fun or something. Apparently, in this universe, moderate shows that would simply knock a large man back a bit send a very large demon creature halfway across the room. Since the holy water bullets didn't work, Hellboy decides a paintball might be more effective.
Hey, crazy costumes, huh?
Nice cover, kid.
I remember watching this. It was really fun. This
Somehow, with
this fight.
people running in the streets, nobody wants to slow down. Not one car. I see people slowing down for birds, for Christ's sake.
I'm fireproof. You're not.
And yet, 42 seconds ago, you singed your finger on a hot horn.
I'm fireproof. You're not.
And this monster is death-proof. Did you forget that? Also, is it the protocol of a super-secret FBI-funded program to just leave dead hellhounds on train tracks? See? If touching your hot horns hurt, then why the actual f*** does your finger being on fire not hurt at all?
Makes sense.
Villain enjoys opera cliche. You know, most movies use the lower third location text to tell the audience where the characters are, not describe the set you built. Unless there's a fictional city called Abandoned Subway Area in the no longer existent country locker room. Now that this guy has glass marble eyes, is the movie saying he can see? What the f*** is that? Oh, it's his tail. Don't worry, everyone. It's just his tail. Also, Bud Light. I'm still mad about Hellboy killing that monster that can come back to life, and no one bothered to be concerned whether or not it came back to life or anything, especially this guy.
I need to touch it to see.
Do you? Because when we first saw you, you were able to tell us everything about John just by looking at him. And when you gave us all that info about the monster, you were just touching the door of the room he was in.
Professor, they were here.
Who was here? Nixon? Houdini? Jimmy Hoffa?
Whoa, Jeffrey Tambor. I got this. But yeah, he's right. Enough with the pointlessly cryptic pronoun game.
Yo, this guy with a sword, man.
None of these guards are should create an army. Also, Abe Sapien's powers are officially way too
so much
convenient at this
reading.
point. To be able to simply touch a sword and have a full HD, professionally edited flashback of what happened in the museum.
You are very sick.
It's impossible to believe that Abe didn't know this already, and I am super confused about his powers. Does he have to touch people or things directly to get information, or can he just sense it? The movie says both things are true, but he couldn't figure out this guy was sick until now.
Oh, you've lost a lot of blood.
He has blood.
Touched you 5 seconds. Laid 3 eggs.
Okay, this movie is formally trying to become the most confusing thing ever made. Now you're telling me this monster also lays multiple eggs? That also will become future hellhounds? It's already got the Death Creates 2 more spell on it. You're telling me it reproduces normally too?
We can't risk it. Tomorrow you'll go back to the tracks with a group of agents.
Tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Doesn't this feel like something that should be taken care of now?
Find those eggs, destroy them.
When Broom said to John, find those eggs, John heard, find some backstory on Liz. Liz's clothes aren't burning off.
I think I can help.
We're basically halfway through the movie, and you have done next to nothing so far.
What is your area of expertise?
He doesn't want me with him.
Hellboy asks a valid question that the movie doesn't have an answer for, so they smash cut to the next scene, using Hellboy's valid question to make it seem like he doesn't like John.
Look, I am not pure of heart.
Yes, you are.
So John is
93 things wrong already.
Not because he has immense knowledge of the occult or any real combat experience, or is well liked by all the abnormal creatures in the BPRD, but because he's pure of heart. You movie.
Born from St. Dionysus.
Which one? Pope St. Dionysus? Or St. Dionysus of Alexandria? St. Dionysus of Paris? St. Dionysus the Areopagite? St. Dionysus of India? Is Sam's tongue much shorter in water? Because we've seen him use his tongue successfully over much greater distances on dry land. This guy is definitely going to be killed because his weapon has to charge fuel and load.
Samael, Hound of the Resurrection. Didn't I kill you already?
Hellboy asks this, even though he just said how that creature was the Hound of the Resurrection, and they f***ing talked about how it comes back to life the last time they ran into it. Trains in movies always arrive right when a fight occurs. No one down here wants to run away from the 2 monsters fighting. Really, man, they can't miss that train. No monster fight has ever made them late, and they ain't starting now. Phone ex machina. Also, now that Hellboy smashed this thing over the Hellhound, how's Neo supposed to get back to the Nebuchadnezzar? Why not just slide the box of kitten? Hellboy clearly falls and misses the ledge, but somehow didn't fall to the ground. So guys, we've been dealing with a lot of assholes who know how to come back to life. Let's just leave their dead bodies lying around and hope they don't live again. Also, even though Broom removed the unexplained electronics that kept Cronin alive,
the guy with the
he's
sword.
able to wake up for some reason and put himself back together. Considering the distance Hellboy threw that and the speed it was probably going,
Yeah,
this probably should have killed John. Also, we're still watching John go on a date with Liz while Hellboy is mad about it. Movie proved clearly be seen, but no one sees him except for Liz.
I'm not
This is
much
the
of a problem
pinpointing
solver.
everything.
3 decades.
Nitpicks.
I've
All
only
this
completed
nitpicks.
2 sides.
Why not use your magic frontal lobe that can see into the past and see what there was miles of tunnels underneath here? But after that, this has been totally worthless. Complete with convoluted carpentry and witchcraft to boot. John is now suddenly able to slip free from his restraints. Does Hellboy saying or merely tosses Hellboy like a tennis ball instead of just going ahead and killing him already? Are his clothes fireproof too? What are the rules?
152 things wrong. That is so much. Wow, that was a lot. Original video will be down below. Put your comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It's Kiivolight. Peace.